And today we're doing a special presentation on KFRO's 90th anniversary, which is Gregg County's oldest and first radio station. And here we are at the Gregg County Historical Museum. This is their permanent display of our original studio equipment from 1935. This was originally on Radio Street here, and then it was also at the Culver building. From here, this was the building that KFRO moved to in 1947, and the famous Curtis building, as it was called. This was one of the pieces that was part of his Mr. Curtis's statue, who was the original founder of KFRO, along with his bust. Some other promotional items and microphones and such. But over here is J.R. Curtis, Mr. Curtis's son, in front of what would be the 1984 building. And then as well as some other events that KFRO held and different things that KFRO was doing back in the old days.
Yeah, Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash and Gregg County.
That was actually KSIJ, our competitor. A gentleman named Tom Perryman brought Elvis to KSIJ because he was pulling him off the Louisiana hayride when he would come over here. KFRO, in an effort to try and get some of that as well, created the Hillbilly Jamboree in 1953 and was trying to get people as they were coming between Shreveport and the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. And so they started that over at the Arlene Theater across the street from the radio station.
Okay, that's very interesting. And so 90 years is quite a long time. And when did you become the owner?
I bought it in 2017. It was in receivership. I bought it for $5,000, the whole radio station with the land, because it was just in that bad a shape. I had to replace every single thing at the radio station, every single thing, and I'm still replacing stuff out at the tower site. But it has been a challenge to get the radio station to actually come back on and do something. I also built 94.1 FM, got the original construction permit, and then recently bought 99.7 from UT Tyler, which used to be KVUT and now is KFRO FM. KFRO's formats over the years has been quite varied. Don't drop that. It's been quite varied over the years. Originally it was a full service station, which means network news top of the hour, and then they had a live pianist, and they'd have live music plus recorded symphony and other things like that. As it evolved, it became, in the 50s, a popular music station, but not necessarily rock and roll with Elvis and such, but popular music like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Nat King Cole and that sort of thing. And then from there, it progressed to be a little bit hotter in the 60s and 70s. In the 80s, it became an oldie station, then a standard station, which played back to the Frank Sinatra stuff. And then it went to some really terrible talk, and then sports and religious talk, and then sports again. And I think it was even a urban oldies station playing black oldies at the time. Now we are playing 80s, 90s, and a little bit of 2000s, going after the 40 to 60-year-old folks. I'm 49 and I listen to the station, so
it's a little bit of your personal taste in there.
Well, I like oldies, but I've got to play what people in their 40s and 50s and 60s like, because that's who owns the businesses. So right now we're catering to middle-aged folks. Oh gosh, I'm middle-aged. That's not good. But yeah, KFRO has always been going after the middle-aged folks. Well, now we are now too.
And why do you think keeping 90 years of history alive in KFRO, why is that important today?
Because KFRO is a brand. And one of the things that everyone loves are brands. You love Cheez-Its, you love Reese's, you love Snickers. Well, all of those are nearly 100 years old now. Well, KFRO for East Texas is a brand that means quality, it means heritage, and it means just top of the line best. And that's what I'm trying to bring back with KFRO.
Absolutely. Are there any last comments that you would love to share? Maybe something that people wouldn't know, something special about the station that may surprise someone.
KFRO has changed so many times over the years, but we're staying with what we are right now. But KFRO stands for Keep Forever Rolling On, and we are going to keep forever rolling on, just like Mr. Curtis did when he built the station.
Absolutely. And Curtis was the owner for how long?
Mr. Curtis owned it from 1935 until 1997. And so he loved this radio station.
That's a long time. Yeah.
He loved it so much he put it in his backyard at the house. And I live at the house now, and it's in my backyard. So I guess we're both just radio nuts.